turn of a new calendar year comes new possibilities, new resolutions, a chance to make good on promises made in the past. It's time for a new season of Simulation Football League action as we raise the curtain on week 1 here in Nashville. It's the Nashville Tempo and the Bossier City Steamers. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Torello. Happy to have your company to kick off season 24 alongside Mike Daggs and DR Sim on stats. I've got Mike O'Neill alongside me in the commentary booth today. Mike, it's great to be back calling SFL action in 2025.
Yeah, absolutely, Torello. I appreciate everything that the entire league staff has done to get us back here. We're ready for another big season here, and we've got a good matchup tonight. These were two pretty good teams last season. Couple things I want to point out before this game kicks off. Johnny Pickler comes over to Bossier City, brings an aggressive mentality to stretch the field vertically. However, they're going to need help from the run game. Big question mark, Torello, surrounding the run game with Rob Noel's debut as a former fullback. If Nashville's front seven can play the run without help, we can see some big takeaways by this Nashville secondary. So that's what I want the viewers to check out and look for on this first drive here as Bossier City kicks us off.
Yeah, a stat I want to mention, right? Nashville last season, 24th in the league in pass yards against per game, over 230. And what did Bossier City do? They only went and got the former Offensive Rookie of the Year, 3-time All-Star Johnny Pickler, who's under center. He'll hand the ball off right up the middle to Adam Williams, tight end, flex to fullback in that first play, gain of 1.
Yeah, and right off the back, Torello, you can see the little bit of trickery, right? Putting Adam Williams back there at fullback, I think it's pretty smart. So let's see what they dial up here on 2nd and 9.
They've got 2 Offensive Rookies of the Year formerly on this Bossier City team. Williams touched the ball first. Now here's Pickler, incomplete. Pass broken up by Zach Benjamin.
Yeah, I was looking for Dave Axis just on a go route on the outside, and in traditional Johnny Pickler fashion, trying to stretch the field vertically like we talked about. This is a big 3rd down here for both teams. Who's going to get this first big momentum swing?
3rd and 9, just 3 down linemen for Nashville in the all-green. Bossier City in the all-white. Pickler rolls out to the left, throws down the middle, wide open at the 35-yard line. 1st down for Bossier City. Vin Calia, he was number 1 in receiving touchdowns and number 2 in receiving yards in the entirety of the SFL last season.
Well, they roll out. Johnny Pickler rolls out, and what do you get? You get a backside post, and Calia's wide open in the middle of the field there. I mean, that was a perfect throw and catch in the middle of the field right between the hash marks. It's awesome.
Now at the 36-yard line, split backs behind Pickler. They blitz the middle linebacker through the tempo, and weaving his way through. It's the first touch for Rob Noel. Both of the pair in the backfield coming over from Indianapolis in the offseason, Pickler and Noel.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rob Noel used to be a fullback, converts over to halfback, and his first run's not a bad one, picking up 4 yards for the Steamers here.
On 2nd and 6, dotting the I is the rookie Robert Nemchik. Drafted in the 2nd round by Bossier City in the offseason. The Steamers content to let some time drift off the clock. Pickler on a crossing pattern, complete pass midfield. Big 1st down for the Steamers. That's Garrison Blue. So we've seen Adam Williams involved. Now Garrison Blue as both tight ends touch the ball in this opening drive.
Yeah, I love what they do. They come out in 22 personnel, right? They got 2 backs back there, 2 tight ends, and what do? They run a crosser with Adam Williams there. I love what they're doing, getting him involved early. Anytime you can get the tight end involved as a pass catcher early, I mean, that's a great sign for an offense.
A lot of use of this I form with Pickler under center early on. Shifting is the Nashville defense to cover that slot man on the far side. Pickler rolls to the weak side. He's being chased. He bounces off a tackler and takes off. He's got room up the middle, takes his shot, but not before he picks up another 1st down near the Nashville 30.
Well, you got to love this about Pickler. Watch how he rolls out. He breaks the tackle there and keeps it moving downfield. Watch where his eyes are. They always say the easiest place for a quarterback to run is in the middle of the field. Johnny Pickler, big body, making a huge, huge play there for Bossier City.
And something I've noticed for Nashville is that safety is dropping way deep on all of these routes, so the middle of the field is wide open.
Yeah, absolutely.
This time they'll run on 1st and 10. Noel only gets 7.
Yeah, and even though it's only a few yards, you're staying. This is what they call staying on pace with the offense, Cirillo, right? You're picking up 3 yards, but, you know, if you're getting 3 to 4 yards every time, you're going to be consistently moving the chains.
2nd and 7 as the Steamers approach the red zone. Opening possession of the game, they've driven all the way down and flipped the field. Pitch to the running back. It's the first carry in the career of Robert Nemchik. Check that, Rob Noel does get the carry. And it goes for 0 yards, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I think that Nashville did a really good job with their front 7. And here's what's interesting. They're running a 3-man front right now, which tells me one thing. They are not respecting the run game of this Bossier City team, right? So they're expecting fully for Johnny Pickler to air it out.
Pickler escapes the pocket, finds a wide open Garrison Blue, who walks in for a touchdown.
Wonderful play call there by Bossier City, and how about that? I mean, look at Garrison Blue coming in. I mean, the use of the tight ends on this drive was unbelievable. And look, if you're number 23 right there for Nashville, Havo Ramsey's got to make that tackle. That was a missed tackle, a blown responsibility, and unfortunately, Bossier City puts up 6. Now, that sideline's fired up, but let's see what Nashville can do to answer back coming back onto the field.
Field goal good from Matt Fennick for Bossier City. 9 plays, 79 yards in 3 minutes and 28 seconds. You mentioned not respecting the run. Well, last season, Bossier City, 23rd in the SFL, just 67 rush yards per game. They were 2nd in passing yards per game at 252, and they only went and added one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league, Johnny Pickler, in the offseason.
Yeah, I think all signs, whenever you're looking at this roster on paper, all signs point to this is going to be a pass-first team. I like what they did. They sprinkled in a little bit of the run. They kind of used the run to complement the pass, and I think it really worked out for them on that first drive. Now, let's see what this offense of Nashville can dial up here.
Nashville's offense last year, 13th in the league in points per game, 20.2, averaging a pretty substandard 74 yards per game on the ground and 188 through the air. So we could have an aerial duel today as quarterback Switch Thumper begins his 2nd season as a Nashville tempo quarterback. Offset eye behind him, 3 receivers in the pattern, 4 down linemen for the Steamers. It's going to be a delayed handoff up the middle. Getting just 3 is Tino Sosa. Lots of former Indianapolis Rambler representation in the game today, as Sosa also made his way from the Ramblers to the tempo in the offseason.
Yeah, so they add Tino Sosa. They go out, they draft Elliott Pope Jr., right? I mean, this team has only gotten stronger. They added Chris Alter.
Quick slant to James Walters makes it 3rd down and 3.
James Walters with a nice little quick slant, and suddenly Nashville's in a 3rd down situation, and this Bossier City team is really trying to get after it here.
Thumper going to throw on 3rd and short. Here comes the blitz. They pass over it, and a great back shoulder catch by Kingston Ellington. The transfer from Louisiana, the former All-Star, makes that grab. 1st down, Nashville.
Yeah, and this is a great route. You're seeing Kingston Ellington just running a corner route with the safety over top, and great job by Thumper to lead it inside or lead it outside towards the sideline, only where Ellington can get it, and really good play there for Nashville.
Moves the ball up near midfield, split backs behind Thumper. They'll pitch it to the fullback, and the fullback will get 4 yards. That's a play we haven't seen a lot of teams in this league run.
Yeah, it's a little interesting seeing that those fullback tosses can be hit or miss. We've seen them go well, and we've seen them kind of go sour. So, I mean, kudos to Nashville for getting a little creative in the backfield and dialing something new up.
Thumper stands in, fires deep, incomplete pass broken up on the back end by Mickey McGuire.
Yeah, Mickey McGuire, just excellent position and coverage there, and Thumper really had to get rid of that one quickly. I think if he held on to that ball, you know, a quarter of a second later, and I think he's taken down in the backfield there.
Thumper forced to scramble, throws deep, caught! Coming back to the football is Guy Clausen, and he picks up another big first down for Nashville. The tempo not doing anything by halves on this first drive. It's either feast or famine.
You're exactly right, and Guy Clausen, former tight end, right, literally just running a post route in front of some defenders on the back end, manning the zone back there, and really just does a good job using the big body to kind of box him out. You know, that they always talk about tight ends boxing out defenders there, and that's exactly what we saw the former tight end do.
That time a run goes nowhere as Freddie Trammell brings down Sosa for a gain of only 1. Last season, switch Thumper completed 175 of 341 passes for 2,340 yards. That's 14th best in the SFL. 15 touchdowns to 16 interceptions. He also took 22 sacks. Oh, look out. Another screen goes begging as Sean Sanders can't pick that one up, and it's 3rd down and 9. I don't hate the play call because Sanders was wide open.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was wide open, and Sanders is going to want that one back. Look, Sanders is one of the best in the SFL at making people miss, and you know, that time they say he was looking ahead. He was looking at the green grass in front of him before he was securing the catch, and it's unfortunate.
3rd down and 9. Tempo looking to respond to an early Bossier City touchdown. Thumper stands in, delivers a strike over the middle. Caught by Ellington. He motors down inside the 10.
Ingston Ellington there. I mean, just showing the big play ability. They run a trips out left, right? They're flooding the left side. They come out with these unbalanced formations, and Kingston Ellington just running a simple post route there, but they've got 2 crossers inside. I mean, really good play there, and really good throw by Switch Thumper. I'm really impressed with the accuracy of Switch Thumper in some of these congested areas so far.
Thumper, quick pass, middle towards Clausen, incomplete, well defended by Bossier City. 2nd down and goal.
Now, I've got to say, it's been a really impressive drive by Nashville, right? You know, I mean, you start out with, you know, a couple dink and dunks and, you know, small yards, but then you've got quite a few explosives on this drive, too. So, interested to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
They motion Clausen over to the left-hand side. He brings Michaela Foraker with him. So it's a one-on-one matchup to the top of the screen, but they'll go with the draw. And it only gets to about the 6-yard line off the legs of Tino Sosa. Bossier City standing strong in the middle, 3rd and goal.
And how about Zach Holdorf, strong safety for Bossier City, coming in and playing inside of the box and making a really big tackle. He's been a great player in this league for a long time.
Now they go 2-by-2. As we approach 3 minutes to go in this first quarter, Nashville trying to respond and tie this one up. 3 left, single right. Thumper backs up, throws end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Clausen, and Bossier City defense got in the way, and it's 4th and goal.
Yeah, you see Guy Clausen trying to run a hitch right here, and this is the thing. This is a timing route right here, and kudos to the defense of Bossier City right there. Bob Funk getting in there and getting a hand inside of it. That's a timing throw, and it seems like Switch just threw that a little too late for Clausen. You want to get that even before he breaks on it and turns around, but you're going to have to deal with 3 here, and for Bossier City, this is a big win after the scoring drive that you just had.
It's going to be a chip shot field goal, good for Victor Ironleg. Every pass on that drive by Nashville that was completed went for 15 yards or more. They go 12 plays, 68 yards, and get a field goal. They only ran 3 times for 7 yards, did Nashville, on that first drive. Passed 4 times for 61.
Yeah, I think after watching that drive by Nashville, you can definitely see why they brought Kingston Ellington over. The big playability is really, really there. And I really like what I saw out of Bossier City, too. So far, I think we're gearing up for a really good offensive battle tonight, Trillo.
And not just an offensive battle, an aerial battle. I mean, combined on their first 2 drives, we have 8 runs for 26 yards. So not great rushing the football of these teams, but they're both really good at passing the ball. Especially Bossier City into this 3-man front. They'll run the ball on first down with Noel. That's his best run of the game. Picks up 5.
Yeah, and I've actually been pretty impressed with Noel early on. There was a big question mark on this, talking about him moving over from fullback to halfback. But so far, I mean, offensive line's really giving him some space, and he's really capitalizing on the yards that he's getting.
And off, there's the rookie Robert Nemchek with his first carry of his career. Goes for 2 and sets up 3rd and 3. So after I just credited the offenses for passing the ball all over the place, we've seen 2 straight runs to start the second Bossier City drive.
Yeah, it's typically how it works out.
This time they'll pass. Pickler, happy feet in the pocket, throws a bomb, it's caught all the way inside the 30 down to the 25. Vincalia again.
Wow, this is awesome. Trillo, watch what happens here. They're running a heavy set, and Vincalia, I mean, they're just sending everybody on goes downfield. I mean, this is traditional Johnny Pickler, right? And this is exactly what you get when you bring over Johnny Pickler to your team. You get the vertical downfield ability where teams, look, they have to respect it. Now suddenly Nashville's got to drop those safeties.
37-yard bomb on a first down carry for Noel, gets 5 again. And that's one of the things you can do if you have a rushing offense that doesn't necessarily get you hero plays every time, but can just chip away with 4, 5, 6-yard runs, set you up on something like a 2nd and 3rd and 5.
Absolutely.
Power set here for Bossier City. They'll run it straight up the middle. Noel first down, close to the 10-yard line already.
And here's the thing. Whenever you're looking at this offense right now, as a defensive coordinator, it's a nightmare, right? Because all you're seeing from an outside appearance, all you're seeing are heavy sets, which tells you stack the box, right? Load up the box, try and play 8 or 9 inside of the box to shut down the run. But then you've got Johnny Pickler throwing 30-plus yard passes out of those same sets.
Just a single wide out to each side. They'll actually bring Calia over. Nobody's covering the slot.
Watch Callie on this.
No, they're going to run it to the weak side. Bouncing it out is Nemchek, and he gets 4. Yeah, I think Bossier City didn't see that mismatch, or they didn't want to audible out of the play that was originally called.
Regardless, a great play, picking up 4 yards, right? Keeping the defense guessing. That's what Bossier City's doing an excellent job of right now. And whenever you can do this, whenever you can put defenses in that type of situation, it's dangerous.
End of the first quarter. It's Bossier City 7, Nashville 3, but the Steamers are knocking on the door here on the SFL on YouTube. Second quarter underway here from Nashville. Bossier City, the second best passing attack of the league last season, added Johnny Pickler in the offseason. But this drive, outside that one big 37-yard pass, they've leaned on the running backs, Noel and Nemchek. This time they'll pass, short over the middle. Garrison Blue, he had the first touchdown. He gets to 3rd down and 1 from the 4.
I love this route by Garrison Blue. I mean, you can tell the chemistry that Johnny Pickler instantly steps in and has with these players. I mean, that was a great route run by Garrison Blue.
3rd and less than a yard, hand off, and getting swarmed is Noel, didn't get there. The wood was laid in the middle. Jay Mart was in there, Jose Fuentes as well.
And that's a big stop for Nashville here. After just getting stopped yourself and being held to 3, to turn around and to hold this dynamic offense to 3 points is really, really big for Nashville.
Keeps it a 1-score game. Now,
absolutely,
I want to pose the question to you, Coach O'Neill. Week 1, game 1, a chance to go up by 2 scores. Do you go for it on 4th and inches there, or do you take the points?
No, I think the way that Bossier City's offense is playing right now, you take the points, right? Because I think that you only Now you can make the argument to go for it, but at the end of the day, I think Bossier City's perfectly comfortable with their ability to drive the ball downfield again, and they don't want to leave points on the table, off the table.
The rookie Pope Jr., Elliott Pope Jr., will bring the ball up to the 22. That's his first touch of the ball. Hasn't gotten a reception yet in this game. 2-by-2, the receivers. But they will hand it off up the middle. And that's Sean Sanders dives forward for 4 yards. And I think Nashville maybe wants to replicate some of the success we saw Bossier City have on their last drive by running the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, I think they just want to kind of take some pressure off switch, right, and keep a drive going.
This time it is Sosa. He gets close to the first down, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, just a nice outside zone run there, and it's a 3rd and 3 here. Obviously you want to see, I would like to see a little bit of the air attack, given how much success they had on the first drive for Nashville, so we'll see what they dial up.
They do dial up the blitz, and wide open is Jay Ballmer. They tried that fullback screen in the first quarter and it didn't work. In the second quarter, it works to perfection.
Wow, unbelievable play call right here. I mean, you said it. Just watch. Look how empty he is. Everybody's in man coverage, right? And there's nobody on Jay Ballmer. So just a really, really good job. Somebody was unaccounted for, and man, Nashville just took advantage of that. That was a really, really big play.
And that safety blitzed, and there was nobody in the middle. 1st and 10 near midfield for the Tempo, who ironically don't play with a lot of tempo on offense. As the clock goes all the way down inside 10 seconds. Thumper, great protection from his offensive line, and throws it a little bit behind Guy Clausen and incomplete. Yeah,
Mickey McGuire was strapped on that one for Guy Clausen. I mean, you can't ask for better coverage from a defensive back, and Mickey McGuire really shut that one out there.
McGuire, the stalwart of this franchise as it has moved around in different parts of the country. 10th season with the Steamers, formerly Lone Star Glory, formerly Artillery, formerly Seattle Tyrants. This time they run the screen again. It's Tino Sosa bottled up after a gain of 6, 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, and I think we're starting to see what Nashville's liking to do, right? They're trying to get their most agile players out in space into the flats. They're trying to drop those corners down and kind of bring those safeties down so they can attack deep like they are right here.
Going deep. That's a great catch by Jimmy Foster. Just sold Bob Funk a little bit of a dummy to create a touch of space, and that's all he needed to make the catch.
Yeah, and look, that's exactly what happens whenever you start throwing to the running backs out into the flats, right? You're forcing the defense to play shallow and play underneath, and then you take your shot over the top, and now they can get back to the run game, kind of continue to run this and control the pace of their offense.
What a move by Tino Sosa. Big first down, 13-yard gain. Looking like Ashton Genty back there as he broke 4 tackles.
Yeah, and big credit goes to 44 coming in there and picking up a block. I mean, really good job there by the entire offensive line, giving Tino Sosa some space. And look, the rest is on Sosa. He made a couple guys miss and kept it going.
Now inside the 10, Nashville was stopped down here in the red zone on their first drive, had to settle for 3. Here comes the all-out blitz. They'll throw to the middle, and a great coverage. The pass was intended for Kingston Ellington. Bob Funk makes up for his earlier blunder by batting that pass away.
Well, I think if you're Bossier City, you're looking at Kingston Ellington, and you're seeing 2 receptions for 35 yards, right? Averaging 17.5 yards per catch, and you can't let this guy free. So they've got 1 behind them playing trail and 1 jumping the route in front. So double covering Kingston.
2nd and goal, stack box for Bossier City, and the rush gets home. Thumper sacked all the way back at the 15-yard line. Biff Markham buries him.
Yeah, Biff Markham just putting a move on the offensive line. And how about big man number 50 getting back there and really wreaking havoc? And 3rd and goal now. It's not where they want to be. I mean, you got to dial something good up here.
3rd and goal from the 13.5. It'll be 3-by-1 left to right as Kenny Hendricks goes over to be the slot guy on the left-hand side. 4-man rush. Thumper to the end zone. Tipped and incomplete. And the Bossier City defense holds in the red zone again.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Nashville is really targeting those post routes coming from the slot. And Bob Funk has been all over it, really just jumping in front of those routes and kind of locking it down back there. So hats off to Bossier City's defense. And if you're Nashville, that was a heck of a drive, right? You can't complain about the drive ending in points. You just kind of get back to it and kind of reset. Take your chances when you can.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sidelines and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. That's simfl.net. Bossier City still with the slim 4-point lead as their 2 defensive red zone stands have kept Nashville out of the end zone. Now Johnny Pickler and company want to capitalize and make it a 2-score game. Here we go. Handoff on 1st and 10, and going nowhere fast is Rob Noel. Big tackle by Jay Mart.
Yeah, Jay Mart has been one of the premier linebackers in this league for a long time and really doing a great job just shooting the A-gap there and blowing that run up in the backfield.
Handoff up the middle. That's Adam Williams flexed into the tight end spot again. He takes a pop. Brings up 3rd and long.
And again, guess who? 57, Jay Mart in on the tackle. Again, this is a 3rd and long situation. I don't know if we've seen a lot of these from Bossier City yet tonight, Trillo.
Trips in a bunch to the left of Pickler, who's under center. Just a 3-man front. They bring an extra man off the edge to Nashville, and the rush gets home. Pickler had nowhere to go. He was bamboozled by the defensive coverage, and Clay drags him down.
Well, this all starts up front. So you want to talk about Tigger Clay coming around the outside, but how about the left tackle? The left tackle of Bossier City getting blown up, being pushed back, and Johnny Pickler had nowhere to go because of that tackle being pushed into him. And Tigger Clay is able to get back there and hit home.
First punt of the game for either team comes from Bossier City's Danny Dimes. It's a good one. It forces the rookie all the way back to his own 20-yard line. It brings it up to the 47. Nice return for Elliott Pope Jr. We've made it to 2025, and that means 2025 SFL convention is right around the corner. We're headed to Baltimore to kick off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out onto Baltimore's Inner Harbor. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. Mike, you and I will both be there again. It's my favorite
sunglasses
event of the
and everything.
Yep. First play of the drive for Nashville, and Tino Sosa is unable to rekindle the great run that he had on the last drive, bottled up for no gain.
Yeah, they try and go with that stretch run again, and this time it's a little congested out there because of the blocking, and Bob Funk getting back there and showing that he's not just good in the pass game, he's good in the run game as well.
Thumper, quick pass into traffic, caught by Walters, and it's 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, great job holding on to that one by Walters, and man, 3rd and 1 situation. I would imagine, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sneak here, Trillo.
Nashville 5 of 7 on 3rd downs so far in the game. The only 3rd downs they haven't converted are the ones in the red zone to force them to kick a field goal. They'll hand it off. Sosa First down. I love that formation where you have two backs split behind the quarterback, and you almost used Sosa like a fullback.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's just a split pro formation, and you've got essentially both backs back there, and Sosa was acting as the fullback there. So it's really, really smart play by Nashville.
Whoa.
And again,
Thumper
with a
fastballed that screen to
from
Sean
the
Sanders and
backfield.
bounced off his face mask.
That is the second time we've seen that tonight. And whenever that happens, Trillo, you're leaving a wide open, great play off the board. I mean, that is just, you got to be able to make those catches. That's about as easy as it gets, and it's unfortunate to see those drops.
And it wastes you down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They flex Jay Ballmer as an extra blocker. They're going to need it, as Thumper was hit as he threw, and the pass was errant. 3rd and long now.
I got to tell you, Trillo, one thing I really like about Switch Thumper is he doesn't panic when in the pocket. He stands big and tall inside of the pocket, and you saw it right there. I mean, he got clobbered as he threw that ball, and I think it says a lot about the dedication and respect he has for this Nashville team to stand in the pocket and take hits like that.
3rd, 10, Thumper going long, incomplete. More great coverage down the field by Mickey McGuire to snuff that play out.
Mickey McGuire's been playing solid coverage all night and just manning up on him, and a really good job by Nashville's secondary. And now we're starting to see the offenses taper off a little bit here.
We saw a Bossier City punt. Now we'll see a Nashville punt. That is high, wide, and not so handsome from Tommy Powers. They got a great bounce, though, down to the 12-yard line.
Wow, they got bailed out. That's a great bounce, and now Bossier City's starting inside of their own 20.
Deepest field position to start a drive for either team. Bossier City started at their own 20 on the first drive of the game. Now they're at their own 12. Nashville defense shows pressure as Jeff Banfield, who hasn't been targeted yet tonight, goes to the right-hand side of the formation. Pickler to throw on first down. He's got time. He's got a receiver. It's Garrison Blue. He's been the main man tonight for the Steamers.
And I got to tell you, traditionally, Trillo, we would call that a hospital pass, right? Because you're sending somebody directly in front of the safety. But Garrison Blue is a monster of a human being, right? So I think that might have hurt the safety more than it hurt Garrison Blue.
That's the 2-minute warning here in the first half of action. We got a great one here in Nashville to kick off season 24 for both of these teams. I almost said season 23. There's a whole lot of numbers flying around. It's season 24. We're in 2025 now. Easy to get confused. 1st and 10
we'll give you
for
a
the
pass.
Steamers as they got out of the shadow of their own end zone. There's Williams on that run again. And while it may not look flashy, that little 3-yard pickup on first down opens the playbook a lot for 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we've seen some of Bossier City's biggest shots, especially out of this formation right here. Look downfield for this.
They'll pitch it. Oh, look out. Rob Noel got laid out deep in the backfield. They only gave him a loss. Well, no, a loss of 4 on the play, back to 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, Nashville was all over it. That was a excellent play there by the defense and blew it up in the backfield. That's exactly what you want as a defense.
Now 3rd and long. Pickler looking, throwing, caught in traffic past the 40. Jeff Banfield makes the catch, his first of the evening.
Yeah, and Banfield really using the stickum on that as he gets drilled mid-air as he's coming down with that one. And really good job by holding on to that one. You don't expect receivers to hold on to those kind of grabs, but when you do, it's a nice feeling.
It's a couple of quote-unquote hospital passes from Pickler so far on this drive. Great blocking up front and an easy hole to run through for Rob Noel. Time out on the field as we are under 2 minutes.
I'll tell you what, that was a great looking run by Rob Noel. The blocking was good. I mean, he fought for the extra yards, which we already knew we could do as a fullback, but really, really like what Bossier City's dialing up.
10 carries for 30 yards for Noel so far. Pickler rolls out, sets his feet, looks long, picked off at the 30-yard line. Running back with it is Zach Benjamin close to the 40, and a massive swing of momentum for Nashville with 37 seconds to go in the first half.
And we talk about game-changing situations, and that's exactly what that was. Watch here. I mean, Zach Benjamin knows where this is going. He knows this is going backside post, and unbelievable job there, jumping the route. They've got 3 defenders covering that receiver, and really good job by Nashville's secondary. Communication was everything, and it takes a lot for an outside linebacker to jump up and intercept a pass like that, and Zach Benjamin just did Nashville a solid.
Zach Benjamin only had 1 interception all of season 23. He's already got 1 on day 1 of season 24, and it looks like Nashville's going to slow play this and head to the half down 4.
Yeah, I think that if you're smart, you kind of go in and regroup. At least you held Bossier City from getting any more points or putting any more points on the board, and now you can kind of play the run game. If you want to take an extra shot downfield to try and set up a field goal, you could, but it's really all speculation.
Thumper is going to throw here. Oh, he got it picked at the 50. Disaster for Nashville as Foraker takes it right back.
Well, just as we were talking about smart decisions and we were talking about interceptions here, how about Michaela Foraker just playing underneath, understanding positioning and leverage and where you need to be to defend that route, and Michaela Foraker with a one-handed interception. I mean, that was a catch some receivers can't even make, Cirillo.
Another player that only had 1 interception last year already has 1 on day 1 of this season. Pickler incomplete. I'm gonna tell you right now, I called a basketball game yesterday that had 70 combined turnovers, and the whole game felt kind of like the last couple of plays of this one did.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride here.
2nd and 10, 25 seconds left. Plenty of time and timeouts for Bossier City to get into field goal range to extend their 4-point lead here at the end of the first half.
Oh, and they're pushing vertical.
Pickler going deep, almost had it picked off again as he overthrew Kalia. And I mean, if you're gonna go deep, that's probably the target you want to be aiming at.
Yeah, absolutely. Kalia, I mean, you see the production he's had today. 2 receptions, 52 yards, right? He's averaging 26 yards per reception. I mean, that's unbelievable. Watch this bunch set, though, because this is a really good look for Bossier City here.
21 seconds left. Pickler rolls out, gets a great block from his offensive line, but Blue can't hang on to the pass. Oh, he was wide open.
That was a missed opportunity for Bossier City. Garrison Blue has been so clutch all evening tonight, Cirillo. But just when they need him to hang on, he just can't seem to bring it in and gets laid out by the defender. But you know what? You didn't lose much. You didn't lose much. There's 14 seconds before going into the half. So, you know, you have to look at it as a watch.
Fair catch. The rookie with a head of steam, Elliott Pope Jr., not calling for the fair catch.
Trying to make a name. Trying to make a name for himself out here.
Yeah. Great heads-up play by the blockers, realizing that he didn't call for a fair catch and not getting him laid out. He did get 11 yards.
I don't think they got the memo.
Now, with 8 seconds left, you're on your own 21. Nashville, please just run the ball. Go to the half.
Just run the ball, Nashville.
Thumper going to throw for it. Oh, it's just going to screed to Tino Sosa. That'll run the timeout of the first half. A low-scoring but thoroughly entertaining first half of football here from Nashville. It's the Bossier City Steamers 10, the Nashville Tempo 6, as we go to the halftime break. Mike O'Neill, your thoughts on the first half? Spurts of offensive brilliance, but a lot of good defense as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just points to how evenly matched these two teams are. And I thought about this coming into this game tonight, but I didn't realize that these two teams are pretty even across the. I mean, we saw it even with the interceptions, back-to-back interceptions or back-to-back takeaways on each other. I think both teams have a great run game. Both teams have a great pass game. And I think for me, it's going to be who's going to build the most momentum one after another and who's going to stack the big plays.
For me, it's red zone, right? For Nashville, you're 0 for 2 in the red zone on touchdowns. You've had to settle for 2 field goals. You could be winning this game right now if you convert those. For Bossier City, again, limit the turnovers. Johnny Pickler, historically, right, has had a little bit of an issue turning the ball over last season. 15 touchdowns to 23 interceptions for Pickler as we get ready for the